Before I tell you what happened inside that KFC, let me ask you something. What would you do if the President of the United States suddenly walked into your workplace? Most people think they know the answer, but what happened that humid Tuesday afternoon shocked everyone inside that restaurant and quietly changed 3 lives forever? President Donald Trump had been traveling back from a meeting with farmers when he leaned forward in his seat and pointed out the window. "Let's stop there," he said. His security team hesitated. "No press, no reservations, no fancy lunch," Trump added with a small grin. "I just want some chicken." A few minutes later, the motorcade pulled into a modest KFC. Inside, conversations died instantly. Phones rose. Whispers spread. A woman gasped like she just spotted a movie star. But one person didn't freeze. Maya Brooks, 28, local TV reporter, known for sharp questions and even sharper opinions. She stood so fast her chair scraped the floor. "You can't just walk in anywhere without telling the public," she said loudly. Every head turned. Trump stopped calm. "Well, hello to you too," he replied politely. Maya stepped closer. "You think you can disrupt people's day and act like it's normal?" The tension thickened. Then, from behind the counter, a quiet voice spoke. "Please don't shout in front of the customers." Few had noticed the young woman who said it. Lionel Carter, 23. KFC uniform slightly faded. Name tag crooked. Eyes tired, but kind. She stepped forward slowly, holding a tray of fresh chicken. "Ma'am," she said softly, "you don't have to talk to him like that." Maya spun toward her. "And who are you to tell me how to speak?" Lionel swallowed. "I'm just saying, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just ordering food." Silence. Someone in the back whispered, "That girl's brave." Trump studied her. Not amused, not offended, surprised. "What's your name?" he asked. "Lionel, sir." "Well, Lionel, thank you." That took courage. Her eyes dropped to the floor. Compliments weren't something she heard often. Maya scoffed. "So now you're playing hero? If you cared about workers like her, you'd be doing more." Trump didn't answer Maya. He looked at Lionel instead. "Are you okay?" The question landed heavier than any argument. Lionel froze. No one had ever asked her that before. "I'm fine," she said automatically, but her voice cracked. Trump shook his head gently. "Doesn't sound fine." Lionel's hands trembled. "I'm just tired," she whispered. "Really tired." The room went still. Double shifts. Sick grandmother. Rent overdue. College postponed. All the weight she carried finally slipped out in one fragile sentence. "Thank you for telling the truth," Trump said. Maya rolled her eyes. "People are tired everywhere." Trump turned to her calmly. "When someone brave enough to stand up for respect says they're not okay, we should listen." Lionel wiped her eyes. Then, surprising even herself, she spoke again. "Sometimes arguing doesn't fix anything," she said quietly. "Listening does." No one moved. Trump nodded. "She's right. You can win debates and still lose the human part." The shift leader, Ray, stepped out from the back. "Lionel, take 5 minutes." Trump smiled. "Even I take breaks." A few nervous laughs rippled through the restaurant. Maya felt something unfamiliar. Doubt. Trump leaned slightly toward Lionel. "What's the hardest part of your day?" She hesitated. "Feeling invisible," she admitted. "Like, what I do doesn't matter." Murmurs of agreement spread among customers. Trump met her eyes. "You matter. Your work matters. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise." Even Ray blinked hard. Maya watched silently. This wasn't the spectacle she'd expected. "You're remarkable," Trump added. "Have you ever thought about more than this job?" Lionel shook her head. "I didn't think I had options." "You do," Trump said firmly, "and I'd like to help you find them. Scholarships, training programs, whatever path you choose." Her mouth fell open. "You'd really do that?" "Yes." Maya finally spoke, quieter now. "Why?" Trump answered simply. "Because big titles mean nothing if we forget the people standing right in front of us." The lunch rush suddenly poured in. Chaos returned. Orders stacked up. Lionel took a deep breath and went back to work. But something was different. She stood a little straighter, smiled a little easier. A small boy tugged her apron. "Thanks for my nuggets." She knelt to his level. "You're welcome, sweetheart." Trump noticed. So did Maya. For the first time, Maya didn't reach for her phone. She watched, realized maybe the real story wasn't confrontation. Maybe it was compassion. She whispered to herself, "Maybe I've been looking in the wrong direction." Trump glanced at Lina one last time. "What's your dream?" She hesitated, then said it. "I want to go back to school. Maybe hospitality. Maybe management." Trump smiled. "Then let's make it happen." Inside a small KFC on a humid Tuesday afternoon, no speeches were given, no press conference held, but 3 lives quietly shifted because one tired worker chose kindness, one reporter chose reflection, and one powerful man chose to see someone others had overlooked. Sometimes that's how real change begins. Here is a polished, emotionally focused continuation that tightens pacing, sharpens character arcs, and delivers a powerful cinematic resolution while keeping your message intact. "I'll write a recommendation for you," Trump added quietly. "Anytime you need one." Lina felt her heart stumble in her chest. No teacher had ever said that to her. No boss, not even friends. Someone important believed in her. The room seemed to soften, as if hope itself had slipped between the smell of fried chicken and the clatter of trays. Across the dining area, Maya drifted toward a corner booth, notebook open. But she wasn't hunting for a scandal anymore. Her pen moved slower now, more thoughtful. She was writing about courage, about a young woman who chose kindness when anger would have been easier, about a moment that didn't scream, but whispered. Trump approached Maya quietly. "Do you know why Lina spoke up?" he asked. Maya shook her head. "Because she's tired," Trump said. "Life hasn't been gentle with her, and yet she refuses to let that turn her into someone unkind." Maya swallowed. She had come ready to challenge power. Instead, she was being challenged by her own assumptions. She looked back at Lina. The exhaustion was still there, but now it was paired with something new. Pride. Purpose. The lunch rush exploded again. Orders stacked up. Voices overlapped. But Lina didn't rush. She moved with focus, with care. "Excuse me," a customer snapped impatiently. Lina met his eyes and smiled. "I'll be right with you." No sarcasm, no irritation, just steady calm. She realized something in that moment. Her courage didn't need applause. It needed consistency. Trump watched from the counter, nodding to himself. Sometimes the strongest leadership is quiet. Maya wrote it down. Her story was no longer about confrontation. It was about transformation. Even in the chaos, a lesson was unfolding. Integrity outlasts noise. Patience outlives anger. Lina handed off tray after tray, never knowing how many people she was inspiring. Trump leaned closer to her. "You've handled this rush better than most managers I know," he said. "That's leadership." Her cheeks flushed. Ray whispered proudly, "That's my girl." Maya felt a knot in her chest loosen. Respect, she realized, was far more powerful than accusation. Customers noticed too. Whispers moved through the line. "She's incredible. Look how calm she is. I wish my kid had that work ethic." Trump smiled at Lina. "This is your moment," he said softly. "Own it." For the first time in months, Lina felt seen, not just as an employee, but as a person. Maya's pen hovered above the page. Heroes, she thought, aren't always on stages. Sometimes they wear name tags. Trump stood beside Maya. "Sometimes a real story," he said, "is noticing courage where others overlook it." Maya nodded. She had spent years chasing outrage. But hope lingered longer. A mother and young child approached Lina. "Thank you for being so patient," the mother said. Lina smiled. The child waved. Maya felt her throat tighten. "This," she whispered, "this is a story." The room no longer felt tense. It felt human. A man near the back spoke up. "I've never seen anyone handle pressure like that. Respect." Lina looked down, embarrassed. Trump noticed. "See? People recognize genuine effort." Ray nodded. "You changed the whole vibe in here today." Lina felt warmth spread through her chest. For once, she wasn't invisible. Trump leaned against the counter. Arguments teach facts, he said. Compassion teaches understanding. Lioness swallowed. I never expected to be noticed. You deserve to be, Trump replied. Maya wrote furiously. Her article had become something entirely different. A story about hope, about recognition, about humanity inside ordinary chaos. As the lunch rush faded, the restaurant grew quieter. Trump turned to Maya. Do you understand why I stop here? Maya thought for a moment. To show kindness? Trump smiled. To show that leadership isn't only about decisions. It's about seeing people. Lioness stood nearby, exhausted, but glowing. Maya realized the irony. She had come to challenge Trump. Instead, he had challenged her worldview. A hush settled over the room. Not heavy, not tense, peaceful. Trump looked at Lioness. Keep moving forward. Don't let life harden you. Her eyes shone. I won't. Customers began to clap, softly at first, then stronger. Even Maya joined. She whispered, almost in disbelief, "This is real news." Trump waved as he headed toward the door. Remember, he said, small acts change big lives. Lioness watched him leave, tears threatening. I'll never forget today. Neither would Maya. Days later, Lioness received a letter, a scholarship. Maya published her story. Not an expose, a tribute. It went viral, not because it was angry, but because it was true. Lioness started classes while still working at KFC. Maya kept reporting, but differently. Trump kept traveling, but he never forgot Lioness. And in a small KFC that once felt ordinary, 3 lives had quietly changed because someone chose kindness. Sometimes the smallest moments leave the deepest marks.